a move-up buyer in 2024? What's up, everybody? How you doing? Thanks so much for watching my videos. This is great to be able to come talk to you again. I love it when you guys watch my videos, so do a huge favor if you like what you're hearing here. I try to talk about education information first and foremost. Go ahead and click that like button down below. And if this is something that you really like and you want to subscribe to, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and that way you can get the videos when they come out, and you'll be a follower of my channel, and I can show you all the different things that I know about mortgages, and hopefully one day you and I will be able to work together going forward. So being a move-up buyer in 2024 is all about how to do this, because over the last several years, as we went into 2022 and 2023, we went from historic low interest rates to historic high interest rates over the long term. Now, historically speaking, at the end of the day, an 8.5% interest rate, wasn't anywhere near what mortgage rates were in the 80s or even early 90s. But at the same time, house prices were not the same either. They were a lot less expensive than they are now. So with inflation and house prices continuing to push forward, it's been really hard to move up over the last couple of years. So in 2023, we saw interest rates come off their all-time highs, and hopefully in 2024, they continue to decline. And what that's going to mean is that there is going to be more buyer demand. As interest rates go down 1 full percent, approximately 1 million more buyers are able to hit the market and qualify for that same property that you've been looking at over time. With a inventory situation across the United States that is extremely low, that's only going to lead to prices of properties continuing to go up over time. So this leads to property values going through the roof, especially as inflation has pushed those things up over time. So huge buyer demand, lower interest rates, low inventory, prices are going to go up. Okay. So when you're buying a house or you're a move-up buyer in 2024, we definitely need to figure out how to do this. So the first step to do this is to know what you can afford going forward. This is going to involve kind of your current cash position that you have right now, and speaking with a reputable mortgage advisor, someone like myself that can help you run the numbers to figure out what does it look like for me to buy this new house or move from this existing house to the next house that I want to buy that's going to be more expensive. Over the last couple of years with the higher interest rates, most people across the country have a 2 or a 3 in front of their mortgage right now. And that means that their interest rates are really good and their payments are really low. But if you're buying a house in 2024, at least in early 2024, it could have a 5, 6, or 7, even an 8 in front of it, and sometimes in terms of interest rates. So the payment is going to be a lot higher than what your existing payment is going to be. So how do you bridge that gap going from one place to another? Okay, so knowing what you can afford is probably the biggest step in trying to figure out how you can be a move-up buyer in 2024. Number 2 is to know what your current home is worth. And this is something that your real estate agent can help you out with. And what they'll do is they'll run what's called a CMA analysis. It stands for a CMA report, which stands for Comparative Market Analysis. And what they'll do is figure out some comparables that have sold in your neighborhood to be able to help you determine what the value of the property is. If you want just an idea, you could look at Zillow or Redfin or those types of things. Those aren't going to be that accurate. You would really definitely want to get a CMA from a reputable real estate agent, because they're going to be the ones that help you determine. They know the neighborhoods, they know the ins and outs and nuances of your particular property, and they can help you determine what a good value of your property is. So figure that out first before you go and move up to your next house. Step number 3, decide whether to buy or sell first. So in a lot of instances, the market is going to determine this for you. And what I mean by that is that if you're in a seller's market, it means that it's really hard to buy, but it's probably easier to sell than it is to buy a property. So because of the lack of inventory, because of lower interest rates, huge buyer demand, it's probably going to be fairly easy to sell your property in a sense, but it's also going to be really hard to find your next property. So the market is going to determine whether you buy or sell first. If you're in a buyer's market, I haven't seen those in a while, but for the most part, it's easier to buy and harder to sell in a buyer's market. So in that instance, maybe you sell first and then buy. I don't know. It's up to you. But, the market is going to decide whether you buy or sell first in a lot of instances. And then what level of convenience do you want when you're doing this? Because if you're going to buy before you sell an existing property, there's some gap that you have to bridge in the middle of there. Like you might have to a wait period in between, and you're not able to live in either property when you're trying to buy and sell a property at the same time. So maybe you have to move in with your in-laws, or maybe you have to rent an apartment for an extended period of time. So it just depends on what your situation is and what level of convenience you want to be able to do that. So try to figure that out first before you make the decision to become a move-up buyer in 2024. Number 4 is to learn the financing options. There's several ways to do this, and I've done another couple of videos on this, but you can qualify outright with both your existing mortgage and the new mortgage going forward. If you have a great income, this is an option for you and definitely something you should look into. If you don't qualify for that, which a lot of people don't, and other options that you have are to do what's called the departing residence program, which is to help you buy your next property while excluding the existing debt you have on a property, as long as you have either a rental agreement or a listing agreement to either rent or sell your property within a couple months of you moving out of it. So those can help you out in bridging the gap from one place to another. And then, of course, you have things called bridge loans, which can help you bridge the gap if you have a lot of equity in your existing property to help you buy the next property going forward. Okay, so learn your different financing options. Again, a good mortgage advisor like myself can help you with that and figure out what's the best option for you. What I like to do, I always like to run the numbers. Let's take a look and see what the costs are associated with the different options here. What is my payments going to look like? And which is going to be the one that's most convenient for us as a family, okay? And step number 5, consider all of your options for your new home. Okay, what is the things that are most important to you? What are the things that I must have? What are the things that I just want to have? And you might have to be fairly, might not be able to be as picky when you're going to buy your next home, just because of the low inventory type of market that we're in right now, a seller's market for sure. So consider all those things when you're buying your new home. And then lastly, step number 6, you want to work with the right people. And what I mean by the right people is work with the right lender, work with the right listing agent to sell your existing property, work with the right buyer's agent to help you buy your next property. And I would also throw in there that if you have a financial advisor, that's somebody that can help you advise you with the different numbers. If you have a good attorney as well, something that can help you out with that. And then even a CPA that can help you out with the different taxable events that may happen if you buy or sell a property in different states. So those are the people that can be on your wealth team to help you advise you on how to best move up to be a best move up buyer in 2024. If you guys have any questions at all, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my calendar link down below, and I look forward to speaking with you directly about how you can be a move up buyer in 2024. Have a good day, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.